Bleh! Haunted popcorn!
Haunted butter.
Haunted nachos!
Oh, haunted cheese. It's me, Johnny from Hotel Transylvania. I got the haunted cheese.
Haunted root beer and haunted red licorice straw!
Haunted right here. I don't know who that was. That was gonna be the werewolf, but
No, come on, do it again. Do it again. Give me your best.
Haunted right here.
Who's that?
And then you go. That's Steve Buscemi.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
I don't like our intro anymore. I don't like it anymore.
Welcome to a very.
The problem is we should have gotten a sequel to Scoob by now, so we could have updated that. But we're still stuck on that. That trailer was 3 years ago. That's the trailer, the reveal teaser trailer for Scoob was like, I think it was like November 2019. Think of that.
Think of that. That's when our lives changed forever.
Yeah, honestly.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very spooky episode of Ready to Start the Podcast. Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm Ryan Rivety. Who else is here?
It's me, Seep the Mummy. Ooh. Ooh. I'm a mummy. Yeah, does everybody like this one? We got plenty of Halloween zingers coming up for you on our Halloween. Oh, I'm so excited. I love Halloween. Halloween, it was my birthday last week. My birthday happened in between podcasts. I'm so excited. I love Halloween. I love October. I love pumpkins. I love candy. I love candy canes. I love candy corns. I love Reese's peanut butter cups when they're shaped like pumpkins. And I love the chocolates, the king size candy bars down at the Winchester house. They give king size candy bars. Oh, but we gotta cut through the haunted forest, man. And Mom says I gotta be home by 8. Oh, we need like a soundboard, like a radio show of just wacky sound effects. Just why do we have that? That's what we need. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing like a radio show in the morning right now.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry. I just watched 2 Hotel Transylvania movies, and I'm like hyper. It's just like I ate a bowl of candy right now.
Who's our third usual?
It's me, Rosa. I'm a ghost. I'm the one that constantly bullies Zach.
Zach?
Yeah, Zach.
What? Okay, we keep talking about you. I feel like you keep. Who is Zach? You always bring up these people. Who is Zach?
There's Zach, and then there's Aaron, who goes like, "Dude," when like something happens. You don't know those guys? And they have like 2 other guys.
I've just gotten like comfortable with Andrew, and you're throwing like Zachary's and like D'Angelo's at me. Who? Aaron?
Yeah, No, yeah, the Ghost Hunters.
What?
Yeah,
Zach Baggins?
Is that what his name is?
Are you talking about the ghost where they found the ghost in the house?
Yeah, that one's. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, who's our special guest?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Kevin, the ghost person.
Oh my gosh! Just calm down. It's just a ghost. There's no such thing as ghost. Shut up.
Oh,
I need to shut up. I'm gonna mute myself.
Very
Oh no!
real.
Get me out of here. Someone strap me to like a chair and make me get over my fear. I'm kicking my wall right now.
Hey, see.
What? Don't talk to me. Don't look at me.
Can you say Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times?
I'm not doing that. I'm muting myself. Kevin, talk about what? Kevin, who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, Kevin, you want to introduce yourself
Who
to the
am I?
audience?
My God, what a question. Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm an animator. I'm a songwriter.
Yeah.
I'm a person. I do things.
What things online might people know you for?
Well, I wrote a song called What's the Matter, Martha?
Yeah.
I wrote a few other songs like that. I worked on a few movies like Ice Age 5. Yes, there are that many. There's actually more now.
That's true. There's more now.
I
Yeah.
think that's the most exciting thing a guest has ever said on our show. Like, I worked on Ice Age 5.
Hey, you worked on the one that looks the best. I gotta get like by far.
It was all me.
Yeah,
That's because I did it. Not...
yeah, no. Some of it, but that's generally the one. I watched all of them just for reference. I have seen every Ice Age, and I think 5 did look the best.
Wow.
But yeah,
Alright.
awesome. Yeah,
Cool.
you've worked on plenty of videos and fun little songs I've seen all over the place. You did What's the Matter, Martha? I had them all in my head and then I forgot the names of them. Don't
What's
look at
the
me.
one where everyone's in like the office? What is that song called?
Oh, somebody else?
Yeah. There's somebody else. Those are I love those songs. They're such like I just like, at you right now.
Oh, you did my
There's this-
you did my favorite video, which is the little guy getting his teeth brushed.
Oh yeah.
I got. I saw a TikTok of that, right, of the original game,
Mhm.
and I could not stop laughing. I was crying from laughing. For some reason, I thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life. I was like, I need to reanimate this. This is brilliant. This is chaos. It's what the internet was made for.
Yeah.
I
Right.
did this. I can do it all by myself.
I really love your video about like blowing of like theoretically saying that we should blow up Mars.
Oh yes, yes. I enjoyed writing that one. It was very therapeutic for me.
Yeah. Theoretically, we should blow up Mars.
Yes,
Thinking about it,
theoretically,
it'd be
of
funny.
course.
Yeah, theoretically.
Yeah, that's a question. How do you come up with the videos you do for the most part? Like, where does the inspiration come from? Like, how do you get started an idea?
That's such a Comic-Con question.
No,
I got
come
mine
on.
at Comic-Con.
I don't know what question.
It's a good general question.
It's a great question. Yeah, I mean, usually it's just how I'm feeling about something. It's very like a therapy session for me where I'm either like I'm pissed off about something or I'm feeling very passionately about something and I just sort of channel it into a song or an idea. And at that time I was just pretty mad at Elon Musk. I think understandably so.
Uh-huh.
I just thought it'd be really funny to blow up Mars to piss him off, so I turned it into a song.
You got a point though. I mean, that probably would piss him off a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't see him taking
Theoretically, of course.
I know, only theoretically.
right? Because who knows what the FBI will do?
Well,
Try
I
that or who knows?
as long as you put it to a vote.
Right? If it's a democratic,
Nintendo's
Close
making fun of me
decision.
in chat. Everyone's making fun of my Comic-Con question I asked.
It's a nice question. It's a nice conversation starter,
Yeah.
I guess that is a question, though, if you were fine talking about that. How did you break into the industry, as they call it?
yeah. So I went to art college, which is really, really
too.
expensive. I'm still paying it off.
Oh, me too.
Me too.
True.
I
But
haven't done yet.
I think that in my case it was worth it. It led to a job, a lot of connections and stuff. And Blue Sky Studios was a lot of different companies come to the college to recruit Ringley College of Art and Design, and Blue Sky was one of those companies. So I applied for the internship one year, didn't get it that year, tried again the next year, got it that year, did the internship. Then they brought me on full time, and I worked there a few years. And I went to California and started work at a few other places. So that kind of kickstarted me into the industry.
Mm. Yeah, I'm kind of technically in that phase of my life right now where I have to start working on getting into it because I recently finished college.
Oh, nice!
That's-
Congratulations.
Thank you.
For me, I gotta set myself back in there somehow.
You gotta slip back in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a
Yeah.
studio I've been planning to break into. Don't worry.
yeah.
Like, literally
Oh,
break into. I got the floor plans and everything. They owe me.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice! Is this a heist? Are we doing this all together? Get you?
You
into
know
a
what?
company?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'll steal older Rugrats memorabilia too.
Nice.
Progress. Okay.
It's like a reverse heist, right? Because we're not taking something, we're inserting
We're
you
just putting you
into
in
the
there.
company. Yeah.
Now, my plan is I'm gonna walk into Disney and stand there until I'm the CEO, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm ordering 48 Oswald the Lucky Rabbit shows on Netflix and Disney Plus. They're all gonna be in different mediums with different art styles with different voice actors. We're canceling the Marvel Cinematic Universe to fund this.
I'm all about this. I think that you would be a great CEO.
Thank you. It's my great plan. Okay.
Now,
Oh god.
I was gonna say, my good friend Nintendo suggested this for me, but like he said, you should also go up and say we're starting a new short for Donald Duck where he just says he loves men, and that's it.
What do you say? Okay.
I could do the voice for that. How was that? Scale of 1 to 10. Come on.
Pretty
5
good.
is like
Pretty inclusive.
yeah, oh my god.
I like
Yes.
it. No notes.
Awesome. Okay.
Right.
This is technically a little news show. Do you want to get
News?
into the news?
Yeah, we talk about like current events, political affairs,
Yeah, let's talk
worldwide.
about the
Oh, yes.
economy. Okay, let's talk about something that's even more important than the economy. Bad
What's
news,
that?
everyone.
What?
Get your magic powers ready.
Oh god.
They delayed. This was a joke. I put this one here as a joke. They delayed Black Adam coming to multiverses.
Oh my god, they delayed.
Oh.
Are you telling me that they were going to add a character to multiverses, and then like 3 days before they were going to get added, they had to put a tweet out that said like, the multiverse is a strange place. Looks like we'll need a bit more time to get Black Adam in the game. Are you telling me that's what happened?
Yes, this is the fifth time they've had to delay a character they've announced.
Wow.
Oh, what a shame. Oh my god.
I only put this one on here because I've been joking about Black Adam for like the past week with my friends. So
Black Adam is so funny.
I didn't even know he was in it. I didn't even know he was going to be in it. So.
yeah, he was technically announced 2 months ago, and then they put like 3 other characters in, and then they put Black Adam in, and then he got delayed.
Oh, jeez.
I think the only character they haven't delayed for this game is LeBron James, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, he already exists in real life, so that's not that difficult to
Yeah.
get him in there,
I'm sure they have their reasons. I've worked at some game companies, and
Right.
I feel like they usually have more or less a legitimate reason for delaying something. So I'm hoping that they have a legitimate reason.
Well,
I
Right.
don't
And I'm glad, I'd rather have them delay it to just give the people working on it a bit more time.
yeah.
Assuming that's what's happening.
Well,
I don't know what.
To my knowledge, from what the research I've done, the team working on this game is a lot smaller than you think it would be.
Right.
I think it's like in the tens. It's like the number of people working on this game. And this is like a big game. Like it is the game that had the highest amount of players for a fighting game on Steam ever.
Wow.
So it's a really small team for like a really big game. So I'm not surprised this keeps happening, but it's a bit unfortunate it keeps happening because people are like starting to take notice, and I'm sure that's not good for morale and all that.
Yeah, I think they could probably change the way that they announce characters and maybe not announce them until like they're more or less done.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about, I think this is a problem with just like movies, games in general, where, they have to stick to these like strict deadlines, and sometimes those deadlines are very unrealistic.
Right.
So they make announcements and then have to delay things and disappoint fans. I kind of wish it was done a little differently. I don't really have the magic solution, but it would be nice if there was a bit of a change to that. It'd be easier on the workers and everything.
And this game's releasing characters that are pretty like intense, right? It's like a character every 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And consider it took Smash like 2 years to release 10 characters. So like this is a lot of characters at a time.
Plus,
Yeah,
like,
and I mean, it's based on existing IP. Like the expectations, the stakes are very high.
Right, yeah.
Getting the characters right and everything.
And the rights holders are probably keeping their eye on these characters. That's why.
Oh yes, I'm sure the approval process is a nightmare.
That's the main reason somebody who's behind the scenes of this game said Walter White probably won't get in. because like the rights holders for like Steven Universe, like LeBron James lawyers had to approve like Walter White being in the same room as like LeBron James.
Oh wow.
It's a really funny insight thing I've learned.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, you know.
Black Adam
I mean,
will
you know
bring
what-
his magic someday.
He'll be worth it when he comes. He'll have all his powers. He'll kill people. It's gonna be great.
He'll kill people.
Walter White?
No, Black Adam. Black Adam. Because Black Adam, you know, he's not like Superman. He kills people. I want you to know that. He's not a good guy. He kills people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He does. He does in the movie. In the movie, he says, "I kill people." I swear to God, he says that. I haven't watched it, but he says that. In the
You
movie.
haven't watched it.
I have. Well, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it in like a
they
week.
break the rule? Did they break the rule of show don't tell, where you don't see him kill people? He just claims
He
that
just-
he kills
he just-
people. That is
I'm
a
sure-
big no-no in
know.
cinematic storytelling.
Niall
Well,
in the
we gotta
chat,
get
you
a
watched this
thing for
movie.
that.
Niall, does he kill someone on screen? Does he snap their neck in front of all the kids?
Why are you asking Niall?
Because he loves this. He watched this movie, right?
No, he
Some of
didn't.
us have seen it. He didn't. He's the one who keeps posting gifs of like The Rock from like 15 years ago. It's talking about how he was, you know, Black Adam. He's cooler than Superman, and you know, I think Black Adam should fight Superman. Isn't it funny? Black Adam's gonna fight Superman. That's not even his villain. His villain is Shazam, and they're never gonna like interact in like the DC universe because they're just like he's shooting. The Rock is shooting for the sky. He's demanding that Black Adam fight Superman next.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, nobody
I
cares.
mean, I guess shoot for the stars, right? Go after your dreams, kids.
Yeah.
Just follow your heart. It's like what Sonic said.
Yeah. Not
Niall
speaking.
Niall said I was right, so you know, nobody can make fun of me for like the next 2 hours.
Not speaking of Sonic. This isn't out yet, but I feel like people would want us to talk about this because it's so insane, and it comes out in a few days, but like we're gonna barely miss it. The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror this year is doing a Death Note parody, animated by the original studio that did the Death Note anime.
Yeah, I saw a clip from it. It looked pretty good.
It's really funny.
Yeah, I love the dedication
Yeah.
to just like, you know, really making it authentic like that. It's neat. You know, I watched the Treehouse of Horrors. Some of them are good, some of them are not good. You know, but you know, I always like to see what they do, see how they get creative with it. And this one seems pretty neat.
I feel like
Let's see.
the Treehouse of Horror every year that people usually take the most from tends to be the one like has a different art style, right? Like the Coraline one. There's like the year they did like a Toy Story parody. I think those tend to be like because I feel like there's always like the two other ones that'll be like of mixed quality, and then like the one with new animation, which is fun to see. Like you can see anime dad Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
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 And someone made a good comment about how it's, you know, how it's a lot more authentic of a parody than anime parodies in the past that were very, you know, Speed Racer, just very kind of stereotypical surface level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it seems like, you know, the culture over here has shifted a lot, and you see a lot of things taking so much inspiration from anime and embracing it, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's like brought
Yeah.
new kind of, I guess, flavor to Western animation.
It helps that like it's now like people who actually do have engaged with these mediums instead of people who've seen these mediums like third hand. So
Right.
Because like I feel like a few years back, not even a few years back, like years ago, I feel like there was 3 anime that would get parodied. It was Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, and Speed Racer, and those were the only 3, pretty
Oh, and
much.
Pokemon.
Oh, and Pokemon. I guess Pokemon count, yeah. But now I you know, like the generation that grew up like watching Toonami or watching just anime in general is like working more in the industry now, and is like
Yes.
so like we're seeing a lot more like it's all over like a lot of modern Cartoon Network stuff. For example, like it's all over Steven Universe. Frankie the Creek has like a Toho reference in it. It's all over now. Like the which is neat. It's neat. I like seeing both like kind of. I like when seeing different countries kind of pay tribute to each other in ways like that, because it happens. Anime references cartoons sometimes. I watched. Me and Rose were watching one of our animes recently, and one of the characters made a Bugs Bunny joke. It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there was Fooly Cooley that had was it like South Park reference and some other stuff in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Pop Team Epic, yeah. Pop Team Epic had like a Dora parody like last week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to watch this. I watched the I was just on Hulu, like turning something on to like watch why I did something the other day, and I watched like the Treehouse of. They're doing 2 this year. They did like one with like 3, and one's like a full like parody of It, and I watched the It one. It had some like pretty good animation in it. I gotta say, there was a lot of fun movement on Krusty as clown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched that one too. I like that one. I take that one.
I-
I think it's a neat idea to have like a whole episode that's just like Halloween theme. I love Halloween.
I hope we also get a wave of like references to like El Chavo del Ocho.
What?
El Chavo del Ocho. It's a show. It's a Spanish show. In Southern America, basically it's a live action comedy show. That, like,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, the guy with the thing on. I can't describe it. Yeah,
It's
okay.
like each time someone gets hit, you always play like a large thing.
Uh,
I know like one of the characters, like based on it, is like in Fortnite.
really?
Yeah, I think it was Fortnite.
You,
Oh,
you,
Fortnite and
Oh
Fall
my
Guys,
gosh.
I think.
you could tell me anything is in Fortnite and I'll believe you. If you walked up to me today and you said, Ryan, they just added Sid the Sloth to Fortnite, I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
no, of
El
course.
Chupo in Colorado.
Yes. Say yes.
Yes, I did animate
Oh my God.
Sid in one shot in Ice Age 5. Yes.
Which shot was it? Yeah, it's in my head.
Was-
I know which one.
It was when he notices a crystal, and he's like, and he gets excited about it, and he's about to run over to get, right, he runs over to the crystal, and he's like, "Oh, perfect!" It kind of like grabs it, and it's a very quick one, but
Awesome.
How do you feel
Yeah.
about Sid?
How do you feel about
how
it?
do I feel about
Are you at
Sid?
discretion to say? I mean, I guess Blue Sky is gone. So like,
I don't think my opinions are NDA, so I think it's fine. Yeah, I mean, he's a fun rig to animate. If you're talking
Mhm.
about the rig, the character, I don't know. I mean, the Ice Age movies in general, I think a lot of people agree that it started off really good and it just sort of the quality kind of went down over time in terms of just like, I guess, the writing and the story. In my opinion, I mean, there's still fun movies all around. I just personally prefer the first 2.
Hey, I gotta give Sid the Sloth credit. I think he's the only character after 5 movies who's like still doing a voice, like not just the celebrities voicing them like voice. I gotta give him that.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a fun guy. He's a I don't know.
Cool.
He's motherly.
He's my
cool
friend.
chap.
I feel like you could give him Daffy Duck energy, if you know what I mean.
What?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You make him a little, I guess, a little. I don't know.
Can we get this gif of Sid absolutely busting it down on the screen?
Which one? The one Chan. Okay, yeah, this is pretty cool. He's pretty awesome, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Speaking of awesome guys, do you all know Brack from the Brack Show?
Of course.
Yeah.
Brack for the Brack Show. Yeah.
His voice actor recently tweeted, Brack is going to be on Jellystone.
That's
Huge news.
awesome. That's really cool.
I like that.
It-
I can't
it's,
wait to see Brack on Jellystone.
it's really neat how that show pulls from like all over Hanna-Barbera, like like every quarter of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's like the schmooze or whatever.
The
Oh,
schmooze.
the smooth, like the little jelly guys.
I think they're in that. No, they were in Space Jam too. That's what they were in.
Are you thinking of
my
Shmoo
God.
or Hercules?
The alien, the little alien
No.
freak.
What is it called? What is that show called? With the gooey.
The Ooey Gooeys. The Herculoids.
The Herculoids. Yeah. Are you thinking of that?
Yeah, I
Was
don't.
Shmoo in Space Jam?
Which one's Shmoo?
Shmoo. Okay, Shmoo is like the white. Shmoo's like the white.
Oh no, he was not
thing
in
with the
Space Jam.
whiskers.
I was thinking of Gleep
Okay.
and Glorb. Great names, Hanna-Barbera.
Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera made 5 million characters. Okay.
You gotta respect them. When they made something that they liked, they made sure to put them as many cartoons as possible, just in case one of the shows was like good and people would remember the joke. Like they would never let like a good joke die on a bad show. You know how many like cartoon dogs had like the Scooby voice before he came along? You know? Now Scooby's an American icon.
True. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think television animation would be the way it is without them. You know, they created a lot of processes that made everything a lot easier and more feasible.
Mhm.
It's a really funny company because it's
Yeah.
like I really respect it for like its place in history and like the sort of the classic characters it's brought us. But I think it's
Also,
also
like-
really. Oh, what else?
I also want to say I appreciate like how their characters design correlate with like trying to make like animation easier for them.
Right,
Right, yeah.
like they always have sort of like a collar or
Right.
something blocking the transition from the head to the body, or like
Yeah.
a lot of the men have like sort of beard muzzle things to like
Mhm.
separate the mouth from the. It's all
Right.
like designed around like the functionality, like you said. So it is pretty brilliant.
I
Watched it.
Yet at the same time, it's like it's just sometimes it's just really funny just how like they just like slap this together kind of. I mean,
For
no
sure, it's-
disrespect, but like
No, you're totally right. Like there's humor in it, and I think like I'm glad that kind of television animation has come a long way since then and developed
Right.
ways to make things look better. And I really like how things with like Toon Boom have made it possible to have digital animation that doesn't look like flash puppets, that actually has like squash and stretch principles
Right.
of animation incorporated. I think that television animation has come such a long way.
I find it interesting because I sometimes stumble upon people who I think still treat like rigging or like puppets kind of like puppet animation is kind of like a dirty word. Like, oh, if something uses it, it's like
Yes.
cheaty or wrong. It's like, no, we're far past that point. You don't need to hold on to like Johnny Test being that it's all like we're far past that point. Cuphead uses it. The new Looney Tunes stuff uses it. It's like it's just a normal technique now.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's come so far. You can really get really fluid looking stuff in in those programs, and companies like Mercury Filmworks are really just knocking it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we were talking about Brack and Jellystone. It kind of
That's right.
spun off into some other. No, but it's cool to see them. It's cool to see. I think like the only. Oh, I'm trying to think. Dexter's Hanna-Barbera, right? Like, that was like,
Yeah.
like one of the last ones before, like that. Because like it was kind of first few Cartoon Network shows, like the first like the last like bunch of Hanna-Barbera stuff. Yeah, I guess the only things that really appeared in Jellystone are like those last eras of Hanna-Barbera, and then like Scooby and the Flintstones haven't been in it.
Well, that's like the huge like, show Scooby silhouette, and then it's like a season finale cliffhanger.
Yeah. I know they have Fred and Velma on like a book.
Oh, that's right. Okay, they've cameoed. That's something.
They wanted to do Fred and Barney, I remember hearing, but they couldn't because they didn't want to imply Fred would cheat on his wife.
Oh, that's
Flintstone.
right. Yeah.
That's
There was supposed to be a book of like Fred and Barney like embracing on the cover, and they were told no because they couldn't imply Fred was cheating on his wife.
Oh my god! But there was like a canon like Flintstones movie about them like having marital problems.
That's right.
It-
Flintstones on the rocks.
Yep.
Did that like come out? Like, did Was that like Lost or something?
I think it was Lost. It got pulled. I think it like aired once and
Yeah.
then it didn't air ever again.
Maybe
Yeah,
that
think it
was
was
like
just,
that was their never again moment.
Yeah, I think it just was like too mean spirited. I think that's what people were like saying about it. I don't know.
They're too afraid to let us see the awesome divorce Flintstones special. What are they so afraid of?
Yeah.
I mean, they have nothing to be afraid of now since we're like a post Harvey Birdman world.
That's true. It is funny they drew the line there because I feel like Hanna-Barbera lets people like mess around with their characters so much. Like, you know, Harvey Birdman has all that. There's like those Scooby-Doo bumpers where they like die at the end of like them. No, I feel like Hanna-Barbera is a lot more loose with their characters, so it's always funny when you hear like them draw the limit on something.
There was gonna be that Flintstone show led by Seth MacFarlane, right? And then
Yeah.
that got canceled.
That was a long-standing thing. Like that went on for like years. Like it was like it's coming any day now. It just never came.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what happened with that is Seth MacFarlane sounds like he's working on like 9 things at once at all times, and that probably just like flew by the wayside.
Yeah.
He loves
Yeah,
to do
that's
projects.
definitely what it is.
We got Ted 2 though.
You did get Ted too.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, yo,
right.
speaking of Ted 2, did you all hear Disney announced a Mickey stop motion Christmas special? That's
A
like
Mickey
Ted
stop,
2.
did you say a Mickey stop motion Christmas special?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Oswald in it?
Probably not. No.
I'm not watching.
I didn't hear about this. I did not
Oh, you
hear about
didn't?
that at all.
No.
No.
Yeah. They announced a Mickey Mouse stop motion Christmas special. I believe it is done by the studio that does like Robot Chicken and stuff. It's like those guys.
Oh my god.
Okay.
They're put in.
Wow, that's cool.
I don't know anything else about it. It just got announced, and I figured I don't have much to say on it besides like that's neat. But I thought if we didn't talk about it, somebody would ask why I didn't talk about it.
Are you sure about that?
Probably. Everyone in chat's asking. Yes, I hope popcorn is in this movie too.
Kevin, have you seen Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas? We have to ask that to every guest. 'Cause we
Is that
can't,
the
like,
C one?
Yeah.
That's the yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I grew up with that. Watched it all the time.
Oh my gosh. So you know the scene where Max takes home like a sexy banging 9 out of 10 dog wife, like to meet his dad at home, and then
Yes.
and then he begs and pleads to his father, please don't turn on the popcorn machine this time. I really like this girl. I think I want to
God,
keep
yeah.
her. And then oh my gosh, lo and behold, you know Tommy's grumbling. Goofy goes to the kitchen to make a snack. He sees the popcorn machine. A little won't hurt. And then he turns it on, and the whole house fills with popcorn.
You make me look
Yes.
good.
Oh my
I
god!
do remember that. And there's some sort of music playing, some kind of montage.
Make me
Some
look
music.
good.
Yeah,
I guess that's the way to put it.
that scene has forced that movie to become like a Christmas tradition for me and our friend group. I force our friends to watch it every year because of that scene. Because I'm so amused by it for some reason. I don't know why. The song, just the scene of Goofy like filling the house with popcorn. I don't know. Something about...
I think the animation too is just really funny. It's like really early CGI.
I think it is straight up maybe the first 3D thing Disney ever did, like full on. Maybe it might predate Chicken Little. I could check real quick.
I think it does. I think it's like
Wow.
that might be the first. Yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
you know-
funny. At the time, I thought it looked amazing. And then looking back at it, I'm like, oh gosh, that is rough. That is.
I feel that way
Yeah.
a lot about things. Okay, it does predate Chicken Little.
Wow. That's incredible. That might be like their first 3D thing.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone in chat worked on that movie, you know, good job. It was like new territory, but that's probably like the ugliest thing Disney ever put out with their characters. I
For the
seriously like,
time. You know, it was something. You know, it clearly a lot of us, you know, grew up with it, so it stuck in our minds. So they did something right.
Part of the reason I watched it
Yeah,
every year.
they filled the house with popcorn. God dang it! They knew.
Well, part of the reason
What
I
to do.
watched it every year is because my mom really liked the Goofy song, so we would watch it because she liked that scene.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a foundational scene for you.
yeah. Make me look good. I need to
You
put,
make me
I need to
shine.
put Max's sexy human girlfriend on screen. I can't.
Yes, please.
Did you know the only reason this character exists is because CGI was so early. They wanted to do Roxanne, but they couldn't figure out her hair in 3D, so they had to make a new character instead of just giving Roxanne a haircut.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
it's my favorite story about this movie.
It's crazy. Oh man. Poor Roxanne.
Yeah, she's never gonna appear in anything again.
Wasn't she in
No, not
DuckTales?
even Max. Well, barely
Uh,
Max.
It was like an image of her, so we don't know.
No,
if
she
that was- Oh my
exists.
god.
Yeah, I love these
this-
early Mickey ear models. They figured it out.
The-
God bless them.
I mean, she wasn't even in the second Goofy movie. Like they just kicked her to the curb.
That's true.
Yeah, that poor girl.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
maybe they're still dating and they just don't mention it. You know, it's a long distance relationship. But Max is so excited about college, he's just not talking about it. And, you know, when Bradley Uppercrust the third comes in, like, who else are you gonna talk about that guy?
Right, you know, they're just-
We had a scene in the script. We had to cut it for time. It's just one of those
You
things.
know, I want to say they were pretty ballsy in that movie. You know, they kind of had like Bobby kill off. What was his Bobby? Yeah, no, Bradley kill off Bobby.
yeah, he snapped
You
his
know?
Thanos.
Yeah,
Bobby!
yeah, it was pretty unfortunate.
We cannot
But, like,
we
I think they
cannot
were very rough
sidetrack
with
we cannot sidetrack ourselves with an extremely goofy movie. I'll go all day.
Well, really, do you really have that much to say about it?
Yes. I was obsessed with that movie for a bit. I thought so much of there was like a time on Tumblr, I think, like for like once a year or so when I followed, like just start posting about it like all day for one day a year.
It's the extremely goofy movie day.
Yeah, that's
Of
why
course, I remember.
I remember specifically Max saying he is so goofy.
Your dad is so goofy.
I wish I could find the image of him saying it.
Oh, if only. Guess we'll just have to settle for Max and his girlfriend and his dad doing snow angels on the roof with popcorn.
Awesome Christmas, Dad. All right.
We spent a lot of time talking about the brand new Mickey Christmas special that did not come out 20 years ago.
You know, speaking of Mickey Christmas special, did you all hear they announced a sausage party show?
They announced the
Yes.
sausage party show.
This
So
is-
did.
This is
Oh, man.
I think this is weird to me. On the sole basis, this is happening 8 years after the fact.
Yeah, it's been like 45 years since the first one.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're-
it really has.
I want to ask everyone here, where were you when that movie came out? I feel like that's one of those things where it's just everyone remembers where they were when that was
Man.
announced.
I think I was in my last
Think-
year of high school.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I saw it in New York. I think I was working at Blue Sky. Some other people I knew from Blue Sky worked on that movie, I believe.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. But ask me for details because I don't remember them giving me any details.
Yeah. That's a shame. Oh, I remember when like before that movie was announced, they like leaked like an early script of it. Does anyone
Oh.
remember that?
I think.
Oh yes, I
Yeah.
do remember that. People were pissed off. People were
Yeah.
so mad.
That made me like really scared to even watch the movie because there's a lot of stuff in the script that's just really stuff I don't want to see.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of racist jokes in there. It's just like
Yeah.
sprinkled with them. I mean, it just kind of went all out.
Yeah.
That, and
Not all of it made it in.
I
Some of it did. The
Right,
orgy.
right.
Rest assured, the big food supermarket orgy scene did make its way into the final cut.
one of my mutuals I follow
Yes.
on Twitter, Blake. He worked in a movie theater when this came out, and he told a story like people would come out of sausage party during the last 5 minutes and ask for a refund during the orgy scene,
My
like
God.
constantly.
Oh, so we're gonna have a TV show, I guess. Is that all we know?
Yeah.
Is the cast returning? Is Seth Rogen still on?
Yeah,
I
so-
think some of the cast is returning, some might not, but I think the main people
Okay.
are. I'm not super sure, but I feel like I wonder if they're gonna go about it a little differently now that so many years have passed and like the climate, our social climate has definitely changed a lot since that movie came out. I wonder if it's just gonna be a different kind of edginess and not super offensive kind of edginess.
Can I be honest?
You know what I mean?
I didn't even see the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of just knew. Like, I looked at like, I don't think I'm gonna like this very much. I think I could live without. Like, not alone. Like, you know, it's probably like ultimately just whatever. But like, here's the thing. For me to see a movie I know I'm not gonna like, it needs to be like silly bad. Like, it needs to like
Right.
make me laugh with like how silly bad it is. I don't think Sausage Party was gonna make me do that, so I just didn't see it.
Do you know that they got Alan Menken to compose a song for it?
Really?
Yeah, they sing like this Disney-esque song at the beginning. Alan Menken did it. He wrote the music at least, probably not the lyrics.
All right, I believe that.
Aladdin?
Aladdin guy.
Yeah, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Hercules, Little Shop of Horrors. all
So when the show comes out, Randy Newman will write a song for it.
Yeah.
that would be amazing. That would be very fitting, honestly.
Yeah.
Where's the sausage in the store?
I remember when that ending got leaked.
I do
Yeah.
remember the ending got leaked, and that was the talk of the town. Was the ending? I can't believe it. So the ending orgy scene, Sausage Party. That was the talk of the timeline for a bit.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with that movie. It kind of plays on the joke of like, isn't it crazy that like this is a cartoon and they're like swearing and stuff. I wonder, like, do people still care about that? Like, I don't know. Is
Yes,
that gonna be fun?
I'm gonna level with you. I've worked at a lot of places. It's kind of a thing, right? I think a lot of us, not even us, just like people in animation communities, for example, don't really like Big Mouth the show. Like they just aren't into it. But I can tell you, as someone who's worked in like places with like people who aren't really into animation, people outside that circle love Big Mouth. So I think why we're gonna look at this and be like, okay, yeah, it's cartoons cursing. I've seen this before. I've watched Family Guy. I think a lot of general audience will probably think it's the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, you know, I can't be a hater. Can't be a hater. Maybe it'll be really good. You know, I don't know.
I
don't
think you technically talking food, you have potential there. It's just how you execute it, right? Because you could like
Yeah,
say
yeah.
something. I mean, the movie. I will say the movie had a lot of interesting critique on religion. Like the whole thing was kind of like a metaphor. I don't know who here actually saw it.
I
but-
did. I watched like
I
a
have.
clip of it.
I saw
with my
it.
friends.
Okay, yeah. So I
Unfortunately.
thought the messages about religion were kind of interesting. It was just surrounded by a lot of stuff, but I don't know. Like they could really
Violence.
take it in any direction. But I wonder
Mhm.
if because people have certain expectations, if they're gonna try to stick to direction they went in the movie. But who's to say? Who knows?
You know, the gears
Yeah.
of mind are turning when you mentioned this is a religious thing, like metaphorically. Is this supposed to be a VeggieTales joke? Did I just get that? Is this whole thing a VeggieTales joke?
I mean,
Huh.
maybe that's how it started. Someone's like, "What if it was VeggieTales but for adults?" But I
Right.
don't know.
That first trailer has the scene with like the carrots and stuff, and like the cabbages getting chopped up. So yeah. Okay. All right, you love VeggieTales, so stay away. Childhood ruined.
Love is a strong word. I have an appreciation for VeggieTales and its history and animation. I can watch the old ones and have a good time. I don't like go to my room and like look at my Larry the Cucumber post. Like I'll be like you someday.
Oh man, no! As a kid, I was obsessed. I entered in VeggieTales, but so I sent in a picture, and then they sent it back to me because I
What?
think too many people applied. I was pretty heartbroken.
Oh,
So-
I thought it was
so-
just like they looked at it and like, yeah, just give it back. That's,
God.
I guess
don't
it's better than
know.
like never seeing it again and it not being used.
Yeah, because I think it's still hanging up in my old room at my parents' house. But like, yeah, no, I was obsessed. I had like a Larry Mobile toy, like Larry Boy toy. Like no, like my brother and I were completely obsessed.
It
big
is funny.
VeggieTales.
It is funny. I'll sometimes watch like an older VeggieTales episode, like and like have a good time watching. Like, oh, this is pretty funny, and like they'll start talking about it, and God, I'm like, oh, this is a religious cartoon.
Yeah,
Right.
right. You forget because it's like they actually put a lot of great entertainment into it, and that's why I think I have a lot of respect for it, even though it is like religious and kind of has that indoctrination
Right.
stuff in it a little bit. But it's like I think it's more tastefully done than a lot of other stuff you see out there. Because they, at the end of the day, their goal is to make it entertaining, not just to like teach you about religious things or whatever, but to make it a fun show to watch. And that's why I think it was as successful as it was, because it wasn't prioritizing the preachiness. But you know, because
Right.
like I'm Jewish, so it's like I didn't have anything religiously to gain from the show, but I was just like, I love these talking vegetables. Oh, look at them go, look at them sing, look at them dance.
Yeah.
Great.
You know,
I
I'm just
gotta
gonna.
say-
Oh, go on, Rosa.
I just gotta say, it's like from whatever I seen of VeggieTales and from memory, they seem kind of godless.
What? Don't say that. Don't say that about
I
the
mean-
VeggieTales.
Do you think it's just their
Yeah.
day job?
Being
Great
Christian.
job.
Yeah, like,
I mean, I feel like certain Christian media just feels super godless.
yeah, you
Like
think
the
like
extreme they go.
you think like Pa Grape doesn't really practice. It's just like his job to be an actor on that show.
Oh yeah, they're freaking like fruits and vegetables. Do they have anything to gain from like being? What does the Bible have for them? Honestly,
Also, what vegetable is God? These are the real questions.
right? I mean, is he just? That's the thing, right? Like they could never show like God or Jesus.
That's right. Yeah, we're allowed to.
Yeah, we'll never know what vegetable he was. Maybe he wasn't a maybe God is the only like human type form
What
in
if-
that universe.
What if he was just meat?
He was meat. He's just a slab of meat.
Yeah.
But then he
Well,
wouldn't have designed them in his image, right? Because I don't know.
It's a lot to process here.
yeah.
Right? But these are like important questions that have never been answered. But maybe I'm on the wrong podcast for this.
No.
Maybe there's a VeggieTales podcast.
That's what happened
Yeah.
like in the third VeggieTales movie, because they'll definitely have the budget to make a third one. It'll be like a really deep exploration of like the vegetables world.
You
Oh my
think
god! You know
oh,
it's crazy. I think for the first VeggieTales movie, they pulled on a bunch of people from I think the Jimmy Neutron movie.
Yeah.
I was
Really?
like watching a documentary on the making of the VeggieTales movie because I wasn't lying when I said I was obsessed with it.
Well, both those studios went under around that time. So
Oh god, right?
God.
Yeah,
because
it's a shame.
the Jimmy Neutron
Oh.
studio was doing the Ant Bully, and the
Yes.
studio was
Oh
distributed.
no, the Ant Bully.
Well, the studio that was distributing it, I don't know which one, didn't have any faith in it, so they just sent it out to die pretty much, and then it did really bad, obviously. So the studio that Jimmy Neutron lost pretty much all their budget, and they couldn't do any more movies, and the next season of Jimmy Neutron got canceled.
Such a shame. It was such
All
a
for the
great
Ant
show
Bully.
too. I loved Jimmy Neutron.
I love Jimmy Neutron. That's like my top 5 Nicktoons.
it was such a godless show.
Are they? Which show would you consider not godless?
Yeah, which show is like praying to God, you think? You're like thinking about it.
Yeah, we'll let that one simmer.
I'm feeling cow and chicken, you know?
Yeah, get back to us on that one.
Cow and chicken. Yeah, whenever they're about
Cow
to
and chicken.
chow down on their pork butts. Yeah.
Dear God,
Oh,
thank us for this meal.
Yeah.
that was good.
Thanks. I'm very revered on this show for my cow from Cow and Chicken voice.
I really like
Maybe-
Sonic Underground as an answer.
I don't know why that's so funny. I don't know why that's so funny. I'm imagining like Sonic from Sonic Underground with like they have those like things around their necks. Like, what if he just had like a cross like on his necklace? That's what I'm thinking in my head. And they sing like Kristen Rock in their Canadian voice actor voices.
I can see that happening. I can picture it very clearly.
Oh my gosh.
Really good job, everyone. Well, you know, speaking of Canadian Sonic,
Oh my god.
like 10 minutes before this podcast went up, they dropped an actual trailer for Sonic Prime where he's not just running around in Green Hill Zone. It's a real trailer.
Yeah, it looks really good. I got a friend from college working on it. I think the animation looks really good, especially for like TV quality.
Yeah.
I'm pretty intrigued.
Uh-huh.
No,
I like how I was just commenting on like the visuals. More like sort of squash and stretch.
Yes.
Like even the games do.
Definitely. I love me some squash and stretch.
Yeah. I think the designs are really I think we've talked about it on this show. The designs are really like well suited for that kind of thing. It's kind of it's a bit of a shame how rarely that gets to be utilized
right.
in Sonic projects.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I think it looks really cool. I think, like I said before, I feel like TV and streaming animation have come such a long way. I feel like they've upped the quality with a lot of things.
Because in my mind, 3D shows still looks just like the Penguins of Madagascar, where like they could be on one set the entire time. Like they could be in that one zoo set for the entire show and go nowhere else pretty much. And they look like noticeably worse than like the movie. But no, we've come a long way. These look like, this looks exactly how I would expect a Sonic the Hedgehog show to look with no asterisks next to it. Besides Big's mouth being a bit weird, that's the only thing.
You don't like Big's mouth? You don't like his?
That's the only thing that's a bit weird to me. Everything else looks fine. Everything else looks good.
I keep calling it a Kung Fu Panda background character mouth.
Oh no.
I don't know how else to describe. That's just how it looks.
That's so specific.
That's just what it makes me think of those little pigs at the noodle shop.
I will say, I think like the big difference is like you said, like the squash and stretch, and like you look at older CG shows, and a lot of them feel very like the scene was done to just get the job done, right? They're on a very strict schedule. These scenes, a lot of them feel very like specific and intentional, just like the character acting choices, the movement.
Right.
It feels very specific to the scene instead of like we just have to like get the shot done and move to the next one. So I don't know how they did it. There's like higher budget, a better work ethic. Like I hope people aren't being overworked over there, but it just, to me it seems higher quality than like a lot of other TV shows.
Right, yeah.
In terms of like CG ones,
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
cinematic quality, of course, but like
Right.
still just like very like, pleasing to the eye, squash and stretch. Also, just like looking at, like, I'm rewatching it right now, just like the camera angles and everything. Like you can tell there's just like a lot of thought put into it. It's not just like slapped on there.
That's one of the big things I think it's these CG shows when I was like an impressive like camera movement or angle, like whoa.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, it looks really good. I'm excited to watch it. Sonic the Hedgehog, that little guy, he's had an eventful year to say the least. He had his movie. Was his movie this year? Is that this year? Okay, that was this year.
Yeah, that was this year. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a game coming out soon. He's got a No, yeah, it's this year. It's this year, right?
Yeah.
He's got a Roblox event going on now. That's one thing.
Yeah.
And now he's got this show coming out. And everything looks pretty solid.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the new comic issues.
Oh, I need the new comics.
And you get the physical books and omnibus.
It's cool. It's cool Rouge the Bat is in this, because like I feel like my mom's like, okay, they're gonna mostly say like the main kind of super known Sonic character wheelhouse, and then Big's kind of the fun choice. So it's cool there's like a second fun character choice in the mix here.
Yeah,
definitely.
I hope Vector shows up in season 2. I like Vector the Crocodile. I think he's funny.
Yeah. When I want to say when I saw the trailer, I was like, "Wow, this is giving me a lot of pennies of herb to the second dimension vibes."
Yes.
That is what it is, isn't
Yes.
it?
I mean, there are so many like multiple dimensions is like the thing now,
Right,
right? For
yeah.
a time, like
Yeah.
what back then it was like what vampires.
Yeah,
was a
there's the
thing.
zombie era.
Now it's
too.
like multiverses. Like everyone is doing. I feel like Phineas and Ferb set it off because they did it even before Avengers did it with like the portals
Right.
and everything.
Was that before Rick? That was before Rick and Morty too.
Yeah, Phineas and Ferb's Across Second Dimension was before any of this. I do wonder
so-
what was like the thing to really set off like the multiverse as a concept, like getting really popular.
Yeah, I
But
think.
I guess. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I think part of it is just like, I guess we're like, the use of,
Crossovers.
like IPs and
Right,
crossovers.
yeah.
Is.
Yeah,
I think that's a
Right.
huge contributing factor.
and also it's for like a web of things too. Like you could probably also say like Undertale having like a big AU kind of thing.
I like the idea you're proposing here that like someone said like the amount of like the 1,000 cents AU domino effect. Marvel is now doing it's a cinematic universe is doing multiverse.
Right.
No, but I think you're right. I think that the general emphasis, I think a lot of companies taking on like crossovers has really caused this in particular. And then
Yeah.
it kind of
Yeah.
steered
And a
off
lot
from
of
there.
like, franchises with like legacy branches and like reboots and stuff, and like trying to like tie all those together. 'Cause that's the
Right.
big thing with like Marvel is like you have all these different studios that are kind of coming together.
Oh, you know what? Spider-Verse probably was a huge part of it too.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's just, I guess there's just an interest in just the concept. Like it was with like
Yeah.
in like the 2000s, it was like there was like a lot of zombie movies.
Yes.
There was like
yeah.
Zombieland. There was that like zombie romance movie. Do you remember that?
oh
Yes. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I forgot what it's called, but I know exactly.
I know
what you're
too.
talking about.
Yeah.
warm
Yeah, right.
body.
Warm
Warm
Bodies.
Bodies.
Yes, I actually enjoyed that one. I thought it was a nice movie.
hmm I did too. I think. I mean, I saw it
was okay.
such a long time ago. Yeah.
It was charming.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, right, so now multiverse is the thing, and Pinocchio movies.
Pinocchio
And
movies.
Those are the two big things right now,
There's 4 of them.
right? And it just makes you think what's gonna be the next big thing.
Right.
Company's
I mean,
gonna do.
keep your eye out. Keep your eye out on the trends.
The next big thing is gonna be we're doing mascot platformers again, but this time with like realistic human beings.
Okay.
Okay, I'm down. I'm down for that. It's weird enough to work.
You gotta see like a GTA looking character hopping around with like a double jump.
Mm. Tomb Raider goes back to its roots. Yeah, I want to see it like an Uncharted game with like Crash Bandicoot platforms.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's making me think of like The Mask, where it's just like a guy moving around in a really cartoony way.
So yeah, Sonic Prime, which is topic up a bit. That looks really good. I'm glad Sonic the Hedgehog is getting good products again. I feel like he needed that winning streak really badly. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, people,
for sure.
people need to remember why, this character in this franchise is popular, because it's popular for good reasons, and I'm glad we're seeing like some good. We're seeing just a wave of just multimedia, a bunch of games, a bunch of movies, a bunch of stuff. I'm liking it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We got that Knuckles show next year, the show with Knuckles.
That's true.
yeah.
It's gonna be on
The
Paramount
train will keep
Plus,
going.
the streaming
Yeah.
service I keep forgetting exists. Because there's too many of them now.
Is it above Peacock though? It's above Peacock, right?
I don't remember what Peacock was.
That's the one with The Office.
What else does it have?
It has Halloween.
It has some other Tina Fey.
Faye show. There you go. She's funny. She was a big deal, like 2011. You know?
Okay, so which one has Duncanville?
Hulu.
Hulu.
So already that wins. Oh, speaking of, is that one of our topics we have?
Oh no, I forgot to put it down. Do you want to talk about Duncanville real quick? Do you want to?
I mean, I could just say a little bit. I haven't
Okay.
watched all the episodes, but this happened. This happened a week ago on my birthday. They dropped the final 6 episodes of Duncanville on Hulu, just all at once. I guess they pulled like a Legend of Korra on it.
That's right. That's how that show ended. God.
Yeah. So yeah, Duncanville. 6 episodes left. I've seen one of them so far. You know, I take my time with it. I'm gonna make this last. Yeah, it feels just yesterday. We were all celebrating when they dropped that promo where they're all ordering the pizza on the fridge.
Let's design your pizza.
Ham and cheese. Oh, Kevin, did you work on Duncanville? Don't lie. Come on.
No, I think I follow someone. I'm mutuals with someone who worked on it, but
You're
no, I didn't
mutuals
work on
with someone who worked on Duncanville. We got it.
Kevin, are you directing the new Mario movie?
Yeah. Don't lie. Come on.
I see
God, I
I
wish.
see the clips on your channel. You can't hide the truth.
No, I'm just in denial. That's all that's going on.
Niall.
No connection. Well, the only connection is that there are former Blue Sky animators who are working on it. So I know people who are working on it, but I am not.
Hey, you know what? Sequel. Still
There you
hope.
go. One
Sequel.
can dream.
For the Yoshi's Island sequel, Seep is so confident it's gonna happen.
Yeah, they're gonna go to Dinosaur Land and they're gonna sell a million toys of like different dinosaurs, and like Mario's gonna ride a dinosaur like Chris Pratt in Jurassic World. That's like I'm sticking to that. If that doesn't happen, I'll die.
And then and then look at like Koopaline voiced by like 7 different celebrities, and that'll be like the big thing. Like
Oh my god. No, at the end of the trailer, you can have like vroom, 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 all the names of all the Koopalings. Yes.
all right, that was kind of all the main topics, but you know, since it's the Halloween episode, I wanted to ask you all. I'll ask you all a question because this is a quote unquote animation podcast in huge parentheses. Do you all have any favorite animated Halloween things you'd like to watch?
Question.
I do.
Okay.
You do?
Over the garden wall.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I'm always so humbled to learn like nearly everyone I know watches that show like around this time of year. Like everyone I know does it.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
I can't believe it got made. It feels so special that like it should have never been made, but it somehow got made.
Yeah, it really is just it sort of just existed in that point of time. It just came out and it's just sort of it's one of those instant classics, I feel. Like you can just instantly
Exactly.
feel just how special it is. Just how much work went into it.
I feel like it kind of came out during that era where Cartoon Network was really doing a lot of kind of weird and interesting things, like that kind of era, like the kind of Adventure
Yeah.
Time regular show, Gumball era. I think they were trying a lot of things, and Over the Garden Wall was a really cool like result of that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it is funny because it's not. I said it's technically a Halloween special like thing because of spoilers, but no, it's just a great like atmosphere thing for the season. Like you don't even need to watch it during Halloween. It's just a good fall show in general. Like you could watch it like in late September or like November if you wanted to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 I love Over the Garden Wall. I hope Frank get into multiverses or something.
Yeah.
That little 12-year-old kid fight.
Oh my
Just-
gosh, that'd be amazing.
Do we have do any of us have any other like Halloween classics that we like to watch? Any cartoon Halloween classics? For a Halloween special?
Somebody said One Day the Wild just happened. Apparently that came out today. I need to watch that immediately when I can.
Oh yeah.
I'm super
It came out?
Apparently, let me
Well,
check. I don't.
It's either like it's tomorrow technically, but I don't know like when Netflix updates their servers or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Gosh.
I definitely want to do that in the group watch.
Because I've been waiting for that for a while. I'm super excited to watch that. Yeah, that's tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that. That's a dream team duo. Henry Selick and Jordan Peele. That's like a dream team.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks so good. I only found out recently that Henry Selick made like a whole movie at Disney or something. And
That's
they canceled
right.
it.
Yeah, it got yeah, and there's even like footage of it that came out. It looked really cool and creepy.
Of course, it looked cool and creepy. Like, I can't believe you can't cancel a Henry Selick. That's just like,
Do you know
what were they thinking?
Do we know why they canceled it?
I don't know. Probably some like, I don't know. Someone probably knows. Someone go ahead and look that up. Maybe it was like a money thing or like, the Disney brand or something.
There's probably some.
I think there were fears because their other stop motion thing, Frankenweenie, didn't do well. So I think that might have had a role to play in it, but I'm not 100% sure.
That's maybe a reason. But I don't know. I
Not a good one.
feel like Frankenweenie just wasn't. I don't know. How do I
Well,
word
hold
this?
on.
I never saw
Careful.
it.
Careful.
No, I don't want to say it was bad, but like I feel like it was a movie that wasn't easy to market. Maybe it was a way to put it.
No, I actually agree with you.
Whereas I feel like the Henry Selick thing, like I don't know, that I feel like artsy guys like us that were older would have ate that up, and then it would have became like, kind of like Coraline, because he did Coraline too. I feel like it would have garnered a similar audience. Like I think he watched every Halloween, because I do that with Coraline. That is something I watch nearly every Halloween.
Love Coraline. It's so good.
Every time I rewatch that, I forget how good it is. Every time.
I feel it. I think I feel that way too. It's just so. Yeah.
I go
There's
as
so many
far.
moments.
I go as far to say I like it more than Nightmare now, probably.
Wow.
Like in terms of Henry Selick stop motion Halloween's things you watch, I think Coraline outranks it for me now.
Mm-hmm. It's just got a very. I love its setting. I love the idea. I mean, you could even say that kicked off the multiverse trends, right? I mean,
Shut up.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It
was ahead of its time.
Portal.
I think stop motion is just like, it's really hard not to watch a stop motion thing and not be like, this is amazing that they made this happen. Like I can watch like the earliest Wallace and Gromit shorts where they're kind of like primitive and still a bit, and be like, this is a miracle.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree. I think that
It's
there's
like-
so much effort that's put into stop motion, and there's so much more potential for problems because you're dealing with physical objects that can like fall over and
Right.
knows what.
Right. I was watching. I read this like article about Wendell and Wild. I like how like Henry Selick was talking about how like he purposely leaves in like imperfections just to like so people kind of see how it was put together.
Right.
And I think that's just a really cool, I guess, feature of stop motion. How you can just appreciate that everything you see had to be created. It sort of combines like sort of the appeal of like live action things with the inventiveness of animation.
Right. Yeah.
It's really great, and it's really creepy. You can make stuff look really creepy in stop motion.
I
Yeah.
Definitely.
I wonder if that's why someone mentioned Curse of the Were-Rabbit in chat. I wonder if that's why they did that for the movie, like made it a bit of a Halloween thing, because I feel like stop motion movies get associated with Halloween a lot. I wonder if that was like part of the
That's a good
reasoning.
point. I never thought of that, but that's probably Stop motion is for like Halloween and Christmas.
So,
It's yeah.
Curse of the Were-Rabbit's great too. Getting Wallace and Gromit for like an hour. I mean, like that's a treat.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Even
love
this isn't Halloween related, but related to Wallace and Gromit. The Shaun the Sheep movie was super charming.
I really liked that one. I saw it.
Yeah, like it's amazing. Like with like basically no dialogue, they were able to keep something entertaining for that long.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was really impressive to me at the time, because I think nobody does silent movies anymore. Like nobody. So it was impressive. Like they were bold enough to like do like there's like no like quote like asterisks. So like it's all like just like noises and like visuals to like tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Speaking of the guy on screen, the little man on screen right now.
The man himself.
I have recent. There's a lot of Scooby-Doo Halloweens. Like you could just watch anything really. But I really like this is a recent one. Maxwell Adams of Billy and Mandy did a Scooby-Doo special. I think was it last year or the year before that? He did
It was
that one.
2020, I think.
Right, and
I think it was definitely post Scoob.
yeah, he did that. He did I think it's just called Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
It's got him all over it. It's like it is Scooby-Doo with like his like crazy energy. It is a ton of fun.
Wow, I didn't know he directed one of those. I'm really curious now because I love his stuff.
Yeah. I really like it. It's interesting because it's like very much in the style of like a lot of the other Scooby-Doo movies,
Mhm.
like recent times. But it's interesting just how it just has a very different feel to it. Like it definitely has like a distinct sense of writing.
He kind of takes bits and pieces from like all over Scooby-Doo stuff. Like it's not just like one specific inspiration. Like the specials like in Crystal Cove, for example, like it has that as a location, and then you use kind of like the Daphne from Be Cool Scooby-Doo, like that one, like where she's kind of a bit sillier. They use that specific version of her. It's like interesting, like the bits and pieces he chooses to like bring into his version.
And even like leaning into the fact that it's in the Batman universe.
That's right, it is. The Scarecrow's in it.
It's really good.
Yeah, I think Scooby-Doo has been around for a while. I think it's one of those things where I feel like if you do it well, I think I'm still like I still love it. You know, I don't know. There's something just fun about just both just like the characters as they are, but also just seeing the different things like different creators will do with like the formula.
Right.
You know,
But that's
there's a lot of
that's
different feels for them.
that's the real appeal, I think, of these characters. As I feel like the more you let whoever is like at the wheel kind of put their own spin on it, the more fun Scooby Dooby Doo is. That's not always going to result in something great. I didn't like Scoop that much, despite the fact we named a podcast after it. I didn't love it. But no, that's the fun. Is really seeing whoever's at the helm of it. So I think that's, you can really tell what Scooby's people like, because they're kind of the more standout ones. Like, you know, everyone loves Mystery Incorporated, because the creator of that one kind of put his stamp all over it.
Yeah, I was speaking of that. I can talk about. I did watch the latest Scooby-Doo thing.
Oh, that's right.
They made like a week ago.
Pride Month.
Yeah. It's called Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. Not to be confused with Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo. I think that one is also like a fun case of just, it feels like it's a very different kind of Scooby-Doo thing. Like it's got a very, it's a lot more like cartoony.
Yeah.
And just like, I don't know, they push like the animation and expressions a lot more. It's got like a fun sense of humor to it. You know, if you have like HBO Max still or Cartoon Network or whatever means to watch it, you like Scooby-Doo, I'd recommend that one. It's just a fun little Scooby movie. It's got some fun Scooby antics.
Rosa, you haven't answered, I think, yet. Do you have any Halloween stuff you like to watch around the time of year, the animated?
Oh, okay. So, quick thing. Usually, it just typically I like get into stuff where like special Halloween events, like in games and stuff. I would love, or like occasionally play like a Halloween game.
Okay, what do you like to play?
I would say I haven't played anything related to that, but I guess in my latest endeavors of like enjoying Halloween themed stuff, I've been watching the Chucky show season 2.
Oh yeah, I have too.
Yo, we got some
Yes, we
Chuck
both
heads
have.
in chat.
You may even call us Chucklefucks.
Put some
my God.
chuckle fucks in the call.
Yeah, that's a good fun like Halloween kind of.
It's a real fun time. It's kind of just nuts. with what's going on and how many callbacks they do to like earlier Chuckies.
Yeah, I really I don't know like how to recommend it sometimes. It's a very I guess if you don't like slashers and blood and stuff, then obviously there's a lot of that. It's very different from I guess the sort of stuff we usually talk about on here. But I think it's a very fun and campy kind of franchise. And I think this new season is really leaning into it. Just fun. Not to steal your spotlight, Rosa, but yeah, I've also been watching it. Yeah, there's one of the characters is Chucky with like huge pecs and
Yeah,
a six pack. And
yeah,
he talks in like his voice is like pitched down, and
yeah.
it's really fun. It's a
so
really
funny.
show.
He literally like punched through a guy's chest.
Yeah, if you ever want like a Halloween thing to do, and you're fine with like blood and violence and like disgusting stuff, I think like watching all of the Chucky movies and the TV show is like a fun thing to do because it's all the same. It's all written by the same guy. It's like the same storyline across like
nice.
since like the
Yeah.
80s. So I think that's a really neat part of it. There's a lot of like people who've worked on it for a long time.
It's really cool. I feel like you don't see that a lot.
Yeah, especially like horror. Like it's really common to just do like reboots or just like giving completely different people the reins. So I think it's neat to have a franchise that is sort of like cohesive like that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else like that because that's pretty rare for like a franchise that spans like a long time for like the same guy to always be on it.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I think I really like watching like the first season SpongeBob Halloween special. I have a thing with I really like the first season of shows a lot of the times because they're like rarely ever like any other season of the show because they tend to be a lot like quieter is how you tend to phrase like Futurama and SpongeBob come to mind in terms of like quieter first seasons. Like characters kind of speak quieter. They're not like as zany quite yet. They haven't figured the characters out yet. There's kind of a nice quietness to it, and I think that really adds like the SpongeBob Halloween one. There's a certain atmosphere to it that I like watching. It's very small. I guess the way to put it. I kind of like that.
Right. Yeah. You know, it's at a very simple point. Like that was probably before when they even really had like the idea of how big SpongeBob was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, because now it's just so like massive and stuff. So it's neat to look back on a time before that.
Absolutely. It's when you said they weren't sure how big SpongeBob was, I thought a second you meant literally like scale wise. Like how is he bigger than Patrick?
They're still figuring it out. You know, the battle sheets, you know, these Steven Universe animators, they really need to get it together in the first season. You know,
This isn't technically Halloween, but I meant to talk about it last week, and then I meant to talk about it this week and forgot, and it's technically scary, so I guess it counts. I watched Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared the show. That's a good, I think, scary thing to watch around. It's like kind of a spooky thing. I really liked that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely, the show is great. I think they really took it in a great direction.
It was kind of interesting. I saw like a pilot they did, like not all of it. Like it was to take place like a more like defined location, like a neighborhood, and I kind of liked what they went with, where it's like everything they're in, like these characters, like location is very abstracted. It's like kind of all like things for you to pick up on, like not take literally all the time. But I think that's a really interesting way to do a show, and I really like that.
Yeah, some great like practical, you know, physical puppets and sets.
Oh, that's like half the fun of the show. It's just cool to see something so like physical, prop wise.
And like it's nice to see puppet things again.
I love seeing any sort of puppet thing.
Yes, puppets.
Puppet Kevin, let's go! Yes.
Oh, yo! Speaking of puppets, you can watch Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god, that was a fun time.
The special with every single Muppet in it.
That's true, including like what is it, Salmonella?
Salmonella.
Wait, was little Robin there?
I think Robin was in it. Was he?
Yeah, I think like literally every single Muppet was in that.
I love
amazing.
Robin so much. That little nephew frog thing, it's so violent and it seems like he's about
Violent?
to explode. Yeah, he looks so godless and violent. He looks like he's
gotta
about
stop
to
saying
explode at
godless
any
again.
moment.
He's just a little baby frog.
Oh, Uncle Kermit,
Oh,
I'm
but like
a
but
little
like
baby frog.
he seems like he has like high potential for like exploding in anger. I
Okay.
don't know. He
What?
just kind of has that
I gotta
vibe. to me.
rewatch the Muppets because I don't remember that aspect of the.
It's okay. This is Rose. She does her tall tales. You know, she doesn't know what she's saying.
Oh, you know,
I'm not.
this
It's just
I'm
a
not
Mater,
guess.
saying.
is there a Mater's Tall Tale Halloween special?
Oh, there is. Well, there's that new Cars show.
That's true.
that
I
has
haven't
a
watched
Halloween
it.
episode.
Oh yeah.
I watched it. Although I watched the Halloween episode at least. I was like, oh, it was neat. I guess it's sort of fun to see. I almost kind of feel like Cars kind of works better in that sort of scenario
Right.
because I feel like you don't question the world as much when it's
Mhm.
just in like a
Right.
short episodic format.
Yes,
Uh,
I agree.
It's kind of weird how like the fact that the cars are cars is like simultaneously like the most interesting yet like most confusing and like kind of inconsequential thing about it. Like you technically could just have them be people driving cars and not much would be different about the story or anything. But also
Yeah.
like who would watch that? Who would watch a movie where Lightning McQueen isn't a talking car?
I think what they should do is like they get out of the car and they're kind of like disgusting flesh people, and they walk into the car and they take over the souls of the car, and they don't want to ever leave the cars because their flesh
What?
bodies like being in the cars
we go.
better.
I feel like there was something like there has to be like a Rick and Morty episode or something that did that. I feel like I know what that is. I feel like I've seen something like that. Oh, what that regular show episode where like the talking TV guy? That's what that's reminding me of.
Who's that guy inside of it?
Yeah, you should do that. It's like, oh, hold on, let me get my clothes on. And he's like a little.
Oh god.
Regular show did
yeah.
a Treehouse of Horrors every. They basically just did that.
Yeah.
The Neil deGrasse Tyson was there one year.
Oh my god.
Oh man, who was in our movie too in Ice Age 5?
That's right, Neil the Buck Weasel. Yes.
Was there an Ice Age Halloween special? I know there's an Easter one where Sid invents the holiday,
Yeah,
Right,
Which-
there's Easter.
Yeah.
There was
Human
Christmas
Santa.
one.
which
Yeah, that
which
was
implies a lot about Sid. That he created Easter, which is a religious holiday.
It's like Jesus rose. It's like, oh, it's on the sloth day. We can share a holiday.
Jesus has to share with Sid.
Like they should do one. They should do one for Disney Plus. I think they should.
It could be like Sid's Spooky Halloween, because Sid and Spooky
Yeah.
both start with an S.
It'll be called Sid's
Yeah.
Ice Age Spooky Adventures. That will be the title.
You know, I finally came to my conclusion.
Yeah?
What?
Ice Age isn't godless.
It's not?
No.
Oh,
Okay. Well, what makes
I
you say
mean-
that?
Well, they invented Easter, you know? I didn't think about that.
I mean, I feel like that is kind of a godless act. Like creating Easter with no mention of Jesus
Like-
whatsoever.
No,
It
no,
was the godless world.
no, Manny takes Peaches to church. It's okay.
Come on,
World,
Peaches. I need to tell you about the good book.
Listen, it was a godless world, but then they added in God, so
It is before Christ, so you can't fault them too hard.
Sid didn't know yet.
added God, so
I love how the first movie in Ice Age has like human people, and then they disappear, and the next time you see humans again is when it's Santa Claus with like magic powers and talks to animals.
exactly. God.
Wait, why is Sid
See, I told
alive?
you it's Santa.
Where did he come
Yeah.
from?
Kevin, did you worked at Blue Sky? Did they tell you anything about that? Is there was there like a post-it note on the wall that said "No humans, for the love of God,
okay.
never again"?
So what I heard, I have no idea if I'm allowed to share. This is probably.
Oh
fine.
my God!
But no, it's just something someone told me. I think they were gonna try to incorporate the kid in one of the other movies, and I think it just got shot down.
They should have brought him back and he was the same age. It's just never explained it.
I think if
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about it, but that's what I think one of the story artists might have said that like, yeah, that there was an attempt, but
I feel like if Disney funded a new one because they own the IP now, they'd probably bring the baby back as like the baby is back type of thing.
Really?
Because
Do you think
the first one's nostalgic now, right? Because like that'd be like the big nostalgia pull. Like the baby's
people
back.
would eat that up. Like people would love that. They should do that. It'd be a good business move.
Do you think they'd bring it back to like a more grounded area, like? Because I feel like part of the reason why they like stopped that was just such like a heartfelt story in the first movie, and then as they go on, it gets like more wacky, and it's sort of easier to just have animals.
I think
do all like the slapstick.
After the Buck movie, I don't think they're gonna be bringing it to a grounded.
That's true.
Seem like that's the direction they're heading in, unless they like completely rehaul it, which I guess is possible.
they would have to like make at least half the cast just be off screen. Like they would be like, oh, Crash and Eddie are hanging out with Buck today, and Peaches is at Mammoth College, so it's just the original three characters and my wife.
And we're gonna stay in this area, this general area. We're not gonna like venture too far out. We're just gonna stay in this little zone here. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a new adventure in this region. Kevin, I don't think it's possible. I don't mean for you to get in trouble again. But
as you asked me to say something, yeah.
I do want to ask: was there any information at all about like what is up with Crash and Eddie? Because I do have a question of like,
yeah. So
how old are they supposed to be?
Okay,
is there any talk about that?
They're supposed to be 73. No, I have no idea.
Okay,
no idea.
You could have just lied and like someone could have put that in the Ice Age wiki.
Yeah. Quick, say
say
something false right now.
I think it's probably like SpongeBob effect, where they're like adults but they act like kids.
Right.
You know, that sort of idea. That's what I'm guessing. This isn't based on anything.
I'm sure it's one of those things that like when you're making the movie, it really does not matter at all.
Absolutely.
It's just one of those things. As like a viewer, I can't help but just like question like.
I've never animated them. But,
okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying like the movies take place over like it within the span of those like from the first movie to the last movie. Like Manny has like a kid who gets married and like grows up, but like in Crash and Eddie like always stay the same, and I just wonder like the new Buck movie gives them kind of like a coming of age story, and I'm just kind of like y'all are like 20 years late on that one.
I think they're adults, like
okay,
for sure. Like if they're like, what's her name?
Ellen.
Manny's wife's name? Oh, Ellen? Yeah.
Come on, you made her.
My God, what was I gonna say? Right. I think if she's their stepsister or whatever, adopted sister, like if she had a kid, but she's considered an adult, right? So I think they're adults too, but also maybe different animals age at different times. So
well, that's also what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't like a smaller mammal you think would have a smaller lifespan? Maybe. How long are possums supposed to live? Does anyone know that?
I think at least 87 years, because how Crash and Eddie are. They're on their deathbeds.
I'm just saying, I'm waiting for them. I feel like, they should we should see them age a little bit, and no one calls attention to it. Each time they did a movie, they should have had them just get a little more wrinkly and gray and like a little less spry. They're still acting like themselves.
I think there is like the thing in animated movies where adults are constantly acting like kids and kids are acting like adults.
Right, yeah.
It seems to be sort of a common trope, because I guess it's like it's made for kids, right? So you want to kind of empower children and make them think they're the smart ones and the adults are the dumb ones, which is the case sometimes, but there are a lot of adults out there acting like kids in real life. Like
not to keep the topic on Ice Age, because we're talking about Halloween. Do you think do you think if Disney funded a new one, do you think all the shows were like, and Bruno John Leguizamo is Sid? Think of like a really big emphasis like on Bruno being in the movie.
I honestly don't know how they would market it at this point. I mean, they're outsourcing them now because
Right.
Blue Sky doesn't exist anymore.
Rest in peace.
So I don't know. I mean, how did they market the Buck one?
Not good.
Yeah, so it's like, you know,
It's weird. They've done a decent up now with Ice Age. They put it on Minecraft. They made like a Minecraft crossover recently.
did they?
Yeah.
Huh.
So Disney seems to see value in this property. So,
It's so
Mhm.
interesting because, like, where did they see the value when they shut us down?
isn't that the question?
Like, I just
They saw the
don't get
value
it.
in their studio with their money.
Yeah,
But
I
not
mean,
really because they outsource it.
I'm
the
glad that like most of the Blue Sky animators like went on to other things like Disney or other places, Illumination. But it just really sucks that happened because it's like these
Right.
people, a lot of these people had families and they had to, like,
Yeah.
uproot everything.
That was crazy
Blue
what
Sky was
happened.
known as like a state. Yeah, but the thing is, this place had a reputation of being like a stable place. Like the people that were working there, the people working there like since the beginning, just like years and years.
Mhm.
And then it's just like this company comes up, swallows it up, and then just like spits out its bones, and it's just
Yeah.
like hate mergers and things like that, like the Warner Brothers stuff that's been happening lately. Just
yeah.
so ridiculous.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
We did like a whole hour segment on how upset that made us like a week or so back. No, it's that's been awful to like witness live on Twitter. Like,
Now that's scary.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
yeah, for real. That's been horrific to watch live.
Yeah, yeah, just seeing people constantly losing their jobs, their projects getting canceled. It's yeah, and I'm sure it's like discouraging to a lot of like
Yeah. Let me tell you, so we
young
just
people about to try to get into the industry and just wondering. And like, I don't know what to tell those people. I mean, like, luckily I've been kind of on the outside of it for now. I mean, knock on wood, but like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's just it's hard to know where the industry is headed because it's like so many people in charge just don't give a damn about animation. I mean, you saw the thing with Bob, the Disney CEO guy.
Just saying, like, you guys make stuff for babies. The adults want to watch Marvel, but not the cartoon Marvel, the adult Marvel.
It's just, yeah, it's really getting old. Just how the lack of respect for animation, even after all of these years, it's just like, really?
After
Really?
they were carrying them through the pandemic.
Yes, exactly. And it's like they don't get thanks for it at all. It's just on to the next thing and just cancel things and yeah, I don't know.
No, yeah, I mean, I got out of college for this right when it happened, so it's been a little discouraging to me in particular.
Yeah, I think my advice on that is to not put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Like if you want that industry job, go for that industry job, but also think about other things like creating things that are
Right.
I mean, you don't have to constantly be busy, but
no, I get you. Honestly, you're creating things all the time, and it's always a delight to see the new thing you've created.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, like, and I started doing that as more of a way to feel creatively fulfilled. There was a lot of time, even in the industry, where it's kind of like feeling lost and not really knowing what was next for me or where even if this is what I wanted to be doing with my life. And not to scare you or anything, but it's like, just like graduating college, the journey isn't over. You're still kind of like finding yourself, but that's kind of the fun of it.
Mhm.
But, anyway, so, in my day job, I wasn't feeling super creatively fulfilled. I kind of thought it was going to be different. And so I just started taking things into my own hands. And I thought, if I'm not having a lot of fun making stuff right now, being paid to make stuff, I should make my own stuff where, no one else has a say in it but me. And that kind of just led me to create things for years. And it just sort of took off after a while. But I do recommend people try doing that or have some kind of creative outlet on the side. It doesn't have to
Totally.
be like a big thing, but just some kind of hobby or something that I don't think your job, your day job is not going to like give you all the happiness you need in your life, you know. It's just
True.
one aspect
It's good
of
to
your
like
life.
it's good to like just even draw for yourself every once
Yes.
still.
Yeah.
Definitely.
There's nothing more fulfilling creatively than just like making something just for you every now and then.
Absolutely.
That's why I
Absolutely.
do it. I make cartoons on YouTube. And I just do it just because I just have an idea that I just like so much. And I just want to see it through. I just want to see it happen.
Like your beautiful E3
great.
toads.
That's why I have like 8 videos with the Christmas toads, with their big smiles, singing in their chipmunk voices.
I love when you're making one of those because I always get a DM of like a new asset you've made of them, and I know the new one's coming. It's like a threat.
Those are so embarrassing. I'm still thinking about how like I hadn't uploaded something for like 3 months, and that was like the latest thing on my channel in all that time.
It's like
Every
year
time,
without E3.
yes, the video. I did like something for like Arlo's like Pikmin reveal thing, and like I was like, oh, so many people are gonna be coming to my channel now, and that's gonna be the first thing they see. They're gonna click on that, and they're gonna leave my channel.
You know, if it makes you feel better, I lose it every time you upload a new Christmas Toad video. So
Yeah,
I like
would-
them.
even knowing just how much everyone hates it, how awful it is. I would never deprive myself of the opportunity to make a Toad video if I thought of one that made me laugh. You know.
That's
There you
good. I
go.
think you have the right attitude because it's so easy to get lost in making things for other people, trying to make things that you think everyone's gonna like. But if you just make stuff that you like, that's where the heart of it is. Right?
Yeah.
That's why you do it. That's why we do
Yeah.
this crazy thing.
Cartoons, art, everybody, animation, everybody. Come on, everybody. Everybody
Yeah.
stand up.
Everybody stand
Uh,
up. We can see you.
Come
we
on,
can see you. You're
oh,
sitting
look,
down.
is that Bugs
Raise
Bunny
your
in the
hand for
audience?
Goku.
Hey, Doc, it's me over here. I love
Yeah.
animation. I love the future of cartoons.
Get
I know.
him.
Oh,
I
Bugs
swear,
Bunny.
my new movie. We're shipping it around. I think Netflix wants it.
Everyone get him. He'll leak the whole multiverse roster.
God, what is the budget on this podcast? You guys booked Bugs Bunny?
Oh, you don't know the beginning of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Scooby-Doo to the stage.
Ooh, hey guys, it's me, Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I thought I'd show up again for the Halloween episode of Ready to Start the Podcast.
Awesome, Scooby.
Hey, Scooby.
Yeah,
Remember when we caught Andrew?
yeah, I remember when we caught Andrew. We couldn't take the mask off that monster.
All right, that was a really good like Halloween discussion to like just a general animation world discussion. I think that was a good talk. But I don't want to keep the show going on for above like 2.5 hours or anything. So I'm gonna shuffle into our kind of last segment here. This is a part of the show where we take 2 questions from Patreon a week. If you want to submit a Patreon, not even a question, like a topic for us to talk about. If you want to submit a Patreon topic, it is only $4 a month for that. But you can also join for as low as $2 a month to get other various awesome epic perks. Yeah,
What is
What an
one of our
amazing
perks?
deal.
What do we have some stretch goals going on?
that's
right
true.
now?
I am currently promising that if we reach 20, so we already reached goal 1, which is at 15 patrons. I was gonna do a 2.5 Black Adam themed Roblox stream, and we reached that goal. And there's stretches. If we reach 20, I'll add an extra 2.5 hours of Hotel Transylvania Roblox content.
Yes.
And if we reach 25, it becomes 2.5 hours of Phineas and Ferb Roblox content added on. And then at 30 patrons, it becomes an extra 2.5 of Family Guy Roblox content.
I'm
So-
just saying right now, I need that to get to at least 20
You need the drag pack?
Transylvania theme.
You need the drag
Well, I
pack?
need to see the drag pack. we've neglected to even mention Hotel Transylvania. I mean, we could go on a lot about that. I just want to mention it at least because I feel like that took up a significant. I mean, Ryan.
Yeah.
You watched all those movies this month.
I did. I watched. Should I tell you all why I watched all 4 of them? There's a story here.
Oh, is there? Okay.
I was sitting like at a call with my friends, and I claimed I was doing a Dracula voice. I don't remember why. And I did a voice where I was like, Frankie, my friend. Like he was talking to Frankenstein, his friend. And everyone on the call got so mad at me for claiming that he calls him Frankie. He calls Frankenstein Frankie. And I had to prove myself right. So we watched the first movie, and within the first 10 minutes, he calls him Frankie, and I was proven right.
Yeah.
And then we watched the second one because Seep said he wanted to watch it for his birthday.
Yes, because
so
I had seen the first movie a few days ago, just on my own.
So we watched the second one, and then at that point, it's just like, just watch all of them. So we ended up watching the third and fourth one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I watched them all too. This was my first time watching the fourth one.
Me too.
It came out. It was supposed to come out. Then it just got like canceled or something. It got like delayed all of a sudden because Amazon bought it.
Right.
And they released it in January. And I think I was just kind of like, I don't really feel like watching Hotel Transylvania in January. I could just wait till October happens again. Which it did. And yeah. So I've watched them all. I think a lot of people might not have the nicest things to say about those movies, but I honestly, watching them all, I just can't be mad at those movies at all.
I've described them as very lovably cringe.
Yes, I think that's how I would say it too. There's just something.
Because the things that make it cringe, I came to the conclusion it's cringe in a way like a dad trying to make his kids laugh is kind of cringy. Like I can't be mad at it. Like when Drac starts breakdancing out of nowhere, like this is like a dad would do to impress his child. Like I can't be mad at this.
That's very true.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to love the animation, right? I mean, the stuff they're doing in there is like groundbreaking.
Definitely, without a doubt.
I don't think it can be stressed enough. Like that first one, because like when it's a bit more common to see animation like it now, but like when that first one came out, nothing looked like it at all. Like that was a one of a kind movie at the time. Like, when did that even come out? Like, what year was the first one?
It was like 2012.
Yeah, 2012. Like, put yourself back in that time. Like, we weren't getting like absurdly stylized CG movies. Like, the Lorax came out that year.
Did it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, right before that was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I think that really started it.
Yeah, that was kind of like, how do I word it? Like, that was like the gun like shot the start, like the go, like at the start of a race, and then Hotel Transylvania was the racer going.
Yeah. I think they're just really fun. I don't know, because I'm someone who likes Halloween, and there is a sort of a thing I think with like seasonal movies like that. If you're like in the mood of the holiday, you're like really forgiving of what you watch. Like I can watch some just like really bottom of the barrel Christmas movies, but it's just like, oh, it's Santa's here. I've got like Christmas trees and stuff. It's fine. I'm having a good time. And I think Hotel Transylvania, the movies, they're pretty good for that.
Right.
So you get a lot of crazy creatures. You get a guy doing a Dracula voice for like an hour and a half at you. Yeah. Nintendo in the chat, bigging up Fanboy and Chum Chum. I see. Nothing's new.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just some really admirable stuff. Sometimes it's just fun to just look at the movies, just entranced, like a little 5-year-old, just looking at how everybody moves.
I'd say even by
animation,
by the fourth movie, when that kind of animation was more common, I'd still say like the fourth one was still kind of outdoing its contemporaries, because I think the people working on it had mastered that like movement style so much.
Yeah. It's just very like, I like how a lot of it is just like you can have like a character move in a funny way and it's just like funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just so admirable to be able to do that. Like it's just so simple, but effective.
Yeah,
There's a lot of great just like they'll use it to like push an expression or an emotion. Just have a character like move around all crazy. It's a really interesting. It's really good looking. Like it knows how to be like really fluid, and sometimes it'll be really snappy. Yeah, you know, lovably cringe. I think that's a great way to put it. Those movies.
Well, you know, speaking of Hotel Transylvania, one of the Patreon questions was from Nito Nile. What's an animated film / show that you specifically like for how the characters move? Not for the designs or the art style, specifically the characters' motions. Ryan isn't allowed to pick Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty obvious answer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, do you have one? I mean, you've worked on movies. You know.
What is it? My favorite movie based on how the characters move?
Yeah, just like how they move. Like, not just the art style, the designs, like how they move.
Oh, man. That's like... I feel like I went through, like, different phases. Because I was like... I really liked Cloudy, The Chance of Meatballs for a while, and was kind of obsessed with that style for a while. And then I was really obsessed with kind of like the Disney style, the sort of... that balance of the cartoony and realistic movement. Of course, Spider-Verse is really awesome with that sort of stylized look. I don't know. I just love so many different kinds of styles. I love that animation can be different forms of movement. It's really hard for me to just like pick one.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Are you if I'm allowed to step out of the realm of movies and shows for a bit and move into a video game, because this game basically acts like a movie at some points. Luigi's Mansion 3 is a game I like to just look at. Like the cutscenes in that game, like the way like Luigi moves, like it's like hypnotizing to me.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, let me think. There's a lot of the obvious ones. I think Captain Underpants.
Oh,
I just really like that.
Ooh,
that's a good
That's
one.
Yeah, it's really just like the way. Like, there's like, I'm just thinking about. There's like sort of a flow to how characters move around and stuff. Of course, there's a lot of the art style, like flourishes and such. But I like, I love when animated movies will like put in smear frames and like CGI.
Right.
Like,
yes.
That is always something I just love to see.
I love their eyes in that movie. I like their dot eyes.
Yeah, that's really fun. Yeah, that's sort of like an untapped thing. I think, we talk about this sometimes in like CGI. Like traditionally, like you sort of like keep the eyes more grounded. So it's fun in that movie. Like you just kind of have dot eyes that can just kind of move anywhere.
Right, yeah. They can like really push the eyes like off the characters and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another one. I was gonna say, Kung Fu Panda is one. I really like to watch the characters just like move, because those movies got some insane like action scenes and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think. Oh God, Rosa.
I was gonna say another good one was what was the movie with the
pigeon?
The technology, the Furbies.
Mitchell's.
Yes, Mitchell's.
That was great. Love that one.
Yeah.
I like the way that you used a lot of like outside effects outside of 3D. They use a lot of like 2D, like, because the idea is kind of like that Katie is kind of directing the movie to some extent. I thought that was a really fun concept in that movie. It's cool. See, I think a lot of studios like DreamWorks and Sony, for example, have really been up in their game lately, and it's been cool to see.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, The Bad Guys is a really good one.
Oh yeah. Ooh, yes.
Just how like the characters that I actually really like, just specifically just to focus on like poses.
They move a lot like Lupin characters. This tends to be the thing people go to. I think that's definitely true. There's definitely a lot of Lupin-esque stuff in it.
Oh yeah, Lupin films are like really good. They just move so funny.
I like specifically how Buck from Ice Age moves. I think he's like a
Yes. Oh
Uh,
my
very
god,
like
yeah.
spindly,
Really
like
cool stuff.
Weasley.
Did
I
you?
love that one scene where he's like jumping off the cliff and he's fighting all the dinosaurs.
Right.
It's like that's one
Oh
of the
my
best
god.
like
They
moments.
animated rocks on that scene.
You did? You animated
Yeah.
rocks?
Like, yeah, they were doing that sequence, and that sequence took forever.
I imagine.
And for like, there was a scene where I guess he was like jumping off at something, and there were rocks flying. So God, it was so I hated it. But yeah, so I animated these rocks falling, but then I had to like tweak Buck and the rock he was on. I don't know. I had to just like make these tiny fixes, um, so that everything kind of worked together. But it was just like. It was not fun. It was.
I'll give you. I gotta give you and that team credit. When me and my friends watched that movie, in call, we were like all mouth agape at that scene. So good job.
Good job
Yeah,
on
I
those
mean,
rocks.
I didn't do the
I'm-
impressive stuff.
I'm
No,
done.
listen.
I'm just
Without
kidding.
you, it wouldn't
Yeah.
happen. It wouldn't come together. You were an essential component. You tweaked him just enough to get that movie out.
Thank you. I think I was just like at this point in my life where I'm like, I'm animating rocks. I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in art school, and I'm animating rocks right now. Where is my life headed?
But they were
Someone has
Bucks
to do it.
rocks.
Every rock that moves, someone had to do it.
It's true. Every piece of the puzzle is important.
I
Someone
do.
has an important job.
I do want to call attention to this chat suggestion. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog's a really good one. Like this animation.
Uh-huh.
Robotnik in that show is fun to just watch move.
Yeah. It's like watching water. It's like watching like a water balloon move.
Right.
All right, I'm looking at the Patreon questions here. One of these might be a bit too personal because it's asking about your personal opinions on Ice Age. I don't know if you want to disclose that.
Oh my god.
I guess we kind of talked about that already, though.
Yeah. I think we've said efficient words on that.
Okay, I'll go with the other question here then. From She Need, which Sonic character do you think you could successfully beat in a fight?
Like me?
Yeah, you.
Charmy. That's it.
Would you feel good about it though?
No, but I don't know. Charmy's kind of hard to pin down because like he doesn't get a lot. Right? I don't know how he would handle it. All I know is that he's like supposed to be a kid, right? So I feel like at the very least he would give up easily. You know, I wouldn't feel great about it, but I would probably just need to like punch him once or like smack him on like the hand, and he would go away.
I think I could beat Shadow as long as I played myself as a Bugs Bunny trickster cartooner type, where it's satisfying to me to beat the confident character.
You're gonna do like the Luigi effect where like, you can't lose because it'd be funnier if you won.
Yeah.
That's how you win every fight. You're just the goofball, and you slip, you trip on something, and you dodge the punch at just the right time, and you trip the bad guy over.
Right.
Is that's what you would do? You would do that?
I would do Luigi style where I just kind of trip around and win somehow.
Okay.
Because it'd be funny for me to win.
Yeah.
What about you, Rosa and Kevin? What Sonic characters do you think you could beat?
Does it have to be mainline Sonic?
No, I guess you could extend to the extended Sonic universe.
Okay. Pork Lewis.
Oh, what did you say? Sorry.
Pork Lewis.
Pork Lewis?
Pork Lewis,
Yeah,
the pig?
Like the pig?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
All right.
Kind
We'll get a picture of Pork Lewis on the screen.
Yeah, I'll get that while Kevin answers. What do you think, Kevin?
Okay. My pick is the president from Sonic Adventure 2.
He has like, you know, he's got a team behind him though. You gotta watch out for his team.
Without his team. I'm talking
Without his team.
One-on-one?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Fair
like
enough.
I think like I have a better shot with the human characters, probably, because they don't have like superpowers and chaos emeralds and all that.
Right.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
I could probably beat Facetious Beaver from Sonic Boom. I could beat him up.
Oh, you're right.
Why would you want to beat me up? I'm the funniest character from Sonic Boom.
I'm gonna make something with that character, and I'm gonna make a parody with that character.
Oh, yo, I could beat up Professor Pickles from Sonic Unleashed.
You could.
Why?
I
Why
could
would
put
you?
because if I'm asking you who I could beat up Professor Pickles.
I could beat up Silver the Hedgehog if I had one Chaos Emerald and prep time. He wouldn't stand a chance against me.
Okay, how about Chris Thorndike?
Yeah. I feel really bad beating up Chris Thorndike. I'm gonna say no to that.
Why? He's a rich kid.
He's like 4.
Again, though, he would probably
Okay,
back down.
adult Chris Thorndike.
He would probably like,
Oh, where's my
Listen.
mummy?
Okay, hold on. All you have to do is wait him out. You know, wait him out. and
wait
then
him
he
out.
died. Yeah, because, like, remember in Sonic Omens, he died?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up about.
Okay,
Sonic
no.
Omens.
Here's what I would do. I wouldn't fight Chris Thorndike because he's 4. I would he would run towards me, his fist swinging. I would put my hand on his head. And I would lean on him, and as he kept swinging fists and tired himself out, and that's how I would win.
This is a very productive conversation we're having.
Actually, I would. Yeah,
We're just
I would fight his butler.
We're going through the whole cast right now. We're the Pibby glitch.
I could beat up Chris Thorndike's grandpa character.
Rick?
Yeah, whatever his name is. Rick from Sonic X.
Rick Sanchez from Sonic X.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could probably take Agent Stone. We could get in a fight. That'd be an equal fight.
No way. No way. You're not taking on Agent Stone. He has access to Eggman's entire army of egg drones.
What if I surprised him when he was at home? What would he do?
I don't know.
And I brought a plank with
that guy's scary. I think he's scarier than people give him credit for.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Nick Tenla said I would beat the fake robot Hedgehog baby from Sonic Unleashed.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, you just
that was
throw it off the cliff and it shatters in a million pieces.
Yeah.
I can beat Sonic pretty easily, actually. I'm so strong and awesome.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. Before we wrap up, I'm gonna grab some things. Kevin, do you want to bump or promote anything you're working on?
Guess you can just go to my YouTube channel and see. I mean, the things I'm working on aren't out yet, so be some time. But yeah, you can just look up Kevin Temer Tunes on YouTube, Kevin Temer on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the fancy doohickeys and all that.
Post that link in chat, Ryan.
You want your YouTube or Twitter link? Sorry.
Either or, I guess the YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's the one I get money on, so.
All right. Well, yeah, that's completely fair.
Temer Tunes.
All right. We have 2 pieces of fan art I want to share.
While you get that up, I just wanna shout out to Nintendo, who got extremely confused when I sent an image of "We Want a Divorce."
Oh, don't mention that. We can't even show that. Can we? Can we show that?
I don't know.
No.
Who cares? I don't know.
You don't care.
This is a fan art specifically for Seep, of one of his videos of Clown Town. This is from Curb. Parentheses emoji I don't have enjoyer. Here it is. It's a nice little animation. You can have all the nonsense on screen besides the.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel bad. You know, I'm just gonna say this live on record right now.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone. Clown Town. That was a pretty popular video. I didn't have time this year, but I'm gonna do more with that.
Oh.
That specific thing.
Ooh.
So, there you go. There you go, you little clowns.
From Sako in the Discord, we have Splatoon in-game fan art. Here's Alvin. So keep an eye out when you're playing Splatoon. You never know when Alvin's gonna pop up.
Sako, I think, is like the one Christmas Toad fan, I think.
Well, hold on. I'm right here.
Okay,
I'm the
but,
original
like,
Christmas Toad fan. Thank you very much.
the only one who doesn't like it out of like pity for their friend. I mean, oh.
All right. Now, before we go, I have to read all the patron names off to thank them. You all ready for this? I'm about to sneeze. No, I'm not. Wait.
Never happens when you plan.
No, it's not.
That's a weird name for a Patreon, but okay.
You know, folks, I gotta tell you, this Patreon page ain't nothing to sneeze at. You heard it here.
Good one, Seep. All right, thank you.
Yeah,
Rosa, how do you spell? That's Kelsey's username again. Kelsil's right.
Kessels, aka.
Okay, that's all you need to know.
Fighting on the battlefield.
All right, thank you to Rose Hartford, Funky Izzy, Kessels, Peter Avalon, Dino Fuzz, Super Mushroom Hill, Magna Mike, Time Pavement, B Kirby, Bedsheet Neat, Angular, William Doyle, Eternal Lynn, Meantwin, Nino Nile, Kerbot DX,
Scrolling
and
up for halfway
Michael.
up the screen.
And Michael. Thank you all for
Michael McCaw. It's not
Michael
just Michael.
McCall. I'm so fucking McCall. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters. It's a great boost for all the stuff we work on here. We put a lot of effort into like our other shows, including this one where I had to draw characters for the screen and all that fun stuff. It really helps a lot for everything we do. Thank you so much.
Pac-Man show is coming next month. I'm just gonna say that.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay.
And Drawing a Blank episode 3 is in production.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have any final words they want to say to the audience as we go to bed?
Keep a lookout for next week because we're gonna have like just extra random illustrations.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Kevin, do you have any final words? 'Cause you're the guest. You want to say something fun?
Always believe in yourself, and even though it seems like the industry is on fire, artists are always gonna make art. No one can stop that. So believe in yourself.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Good night, everyone.
Remember, everybody, you could draw Donald Duck saying "I like men."
Bye.
That was a good way to end it off.
Yeah.
Always a